Hi everyone, habari zenu, amjambo. Mko vipi? Lakini mimi niko fine, niko poa, niko welo. Yeah. So I also hope that you're fine. And first and foremost, kabla niendelee, I want to thank those who have already joined me, those who have subscribed to my channel, those who have watched the videos, and those who have also shared. Thank you so much. Now, for those that will be joining us that have not yet done, please, after watching my videos, like, share, and also subscribe, and I will really honor that and I will appreciate. Yes. Now today we are focusing on those ways that makes it easier for you as a foreigner to get a resident permit, or ways through which you can apply and standing a chance of being granted a resident permit in Denmark, or rather those people that have a very high chance of getting or having granted a residence permit in Denmark. So now we will just discuss the past persons that have a very high chance of getting one, and those persons are the trained doctors, dentists, and nurses. So those who have been trained for that have a very high possibility. Now, of course, they are trained in their home countries and they are coming to Denmark to start working. So they surely have to be accessed and to be checked if they can they can work under the Danish terms, laws, and regulations. So now there's that body that does that process that I've just mentioned, and the body is called the Danish Patient Safe Authority. So now that is the body that accesses these people that have been trained back home as doctors, dentists, and nurses, accesses them, trains them to give them the authorization to be able to work under, of course, the rules, the regulations, and terms that the Danish government have. Those persons, the dentists, the doctors, and the nurses, have a very high chances of applying and being granted the residence permit here in Denmark. So now the doctor, the dentist, and the nurses that have applied for the residence permit are in here. Let's assume that they are in here. Of course, they're gonna need to learn the Danish language, the Dansk. And after learning the language, they are also going to have to pass a professional test, of course. And this test is to prove that they are able to participate in medicine, nursing, etc., and of course the dentist thing. So just to prove that they can do it. Having proved that they can do the work, they get the authorization. So now they have the authorization and now they are employed. Now they're gonna apply for another kind of a permit, and I can always discuss that deeper in my next topic. Now is this body termed as the Danish Patient Safe Authority. That's a body in Denmark that gives you the authorization to act as a nurse or a doctor or whoever, a dentist in Denmark. So with this body, the Danish Patient Safe Authority, after giving you, of course, training and all that for you to fit into the field, and then they have been satisfied that you can attend to those duties that those do, then you have a chance to get employment here. And number two is accompanying family member. Those that are who want to accompany family members that are already here, or the family members want them to accompany them because they are related bloodly, or if not bloodly, then they are spouses or something like that. So now this is connected to the first one. You are coming here like a foreigner and you are working here already, and you left your, for example, family back home, like you left your mom back home and you want them, you've been staying with them, you've been the one taking care of them, and you want them here, or your kids or your husband or your boyfriends, whoever, and you want them here. Now that is where number 2 comes in. That is where the accompanying family member thing comes in. They have a possibility of applying to come stay with their own that has left them back in their country. So those ones have a chance of getting a residence permit here, so that they can accompany their family members who have already been here working and earning from the Danish authorities. So now we quick go to the third one, and the third one is about or involves one coming into Denmark through this au pair AU pair scheme. So now just to explain a bit on what that is, au pair persons, and I mean between the age of 18 to 29, not more, not less. Of course, 18 is the age at which an adult, one can be referred to as an adult. So from 18 to 29 years, one can come in as an au pair. So now an au pair is one that comes in here through a family. So now they look for a family. There are families that want some assistance, some domestic assistance, and so they are looking for let's just refer them to as workers. So workers from anywhere in the world. So now these workers shall be between the age of 18 to 29. They shall also be willing to work here kwa our employers, kwa our family from at their homes, the homes of those families that are looking for some people to work at them. And so when one has found the family, the next step is, so the first step is finding a family, right? And the family also finds the one in the foreign person, the foreigner, right? So now they have found each other. They have, of course, the one has sent CVs to the family. Remember that they should be able to speak English among other qualifications. So now they have found each other. The next step is to do now the application under this au pair scheme thing. So to do the application from back home, wherever they are in, assuming it's Kenya. So from there, the next thing that this person, this foreigner who wants to go as an au pair needs to do is to do an application. Now, remember that the family that you found will assist you a lot in doing this application, because they will send the contract, of course, you know, and most of them will even assist with things like the processing fees, you know, and also the flight ticket and all that. So now you're gonna do the application at the Danish embassy back home, wherever you are, of course with the assistance of the employer, because the employer will send certain documents to show that they will be hosting you. You will be staying at them here in Denmark, and they will be offering you food, accommodation, you know, everything. Now you can also learn the Danish language while you are staying at them and working at them, doing the homework and also taking care of the babies, you know, kazi tu ya kawaida ya nyumbani, si ndio? So now that is it. Alafu in return you get paid monthly. You earn yourself some sala, unajipatia mshahara kila mwisho wa mwezi. So that is what an au pair person is. That is who they are. So now there's a limitation of age. So please ask any questions concerning the au pair or any other point that we have discussed previously, because I also have links that I can always share. So under comment section, ask me what it is that you want me to clarify on, or some links that you maybe want to have. So, and then I will always find some if I don't have yet. The other person that can apply for this Danish Residents Permit is one who is seeking for this asylum. I always have problems pronouncing this word. So, but asylum seekers. So asylum seekers are those seeking for protection for some reasons. So now remember that something very important is that asylum seekers can only apply when they are already in the country. when they have already been living in Denmark or been staying in Denmark, or they are already in Denmark either through a visa or they have been having a residence that has expired, right? Yes, so or they are even illegally, simply maybe because their visas are expired or something like that. So yeah, and they're still finding themselves here. So those are entitled to apply for these Danish residence permit. So now they are seeking for protection basically because they risk their lives if they go back to their home countries. So they maybe have there are maybe terror attacks back home, or they already have problems. They will be prosecuted if they go back home due to social differences, yeah, religious differences, so such kind of things, so that they risk their lives if they go back home, so that they need protection in Denmark, or they feel like, hey, we need to stay in Denmark more, because if we go back home, then we risk to die, or we risk to end up in jail, or we risk being beaten, or we risk having our houses burnt, something like that. So seeking for protection. So simply asylum seekers are protection seekers. That could be another name for it. So those that want to be given a chance to still remain in Denmark, because if they go back home, they won't be safe. Their safety is not assured. There's a possibility of them endangering their lives in different ways. So those have a very, very high chance or possibility of being granted Danish residence permit. So that one, remember, that has to do the application when they are already in Denmark, when they have already lived in Denmark or living in Denmark. So they are still here before they do application, and they want an extension of their stay so that they don't risk going back home and put their lives in danger. So twende kwa ile nyingine, and the next one is through family reunification. Now remember that I have discussed that kwa my earlier video. So my earlier video ni kuhusu hii family reunification. So I've gone into deeper details. I've discussed it more. I've discussed of what is required, and the topic on that is application of a residence of a working permit, staying permit, or residence permit. So now I have specifically talked about one who is doing it through family reunion, because that is what I'm informed with, very well informed with and updated. So now that is what I've basically touched on. So now just to mention a bit on that, family reunification involves a Danish resident who feels like they should have their partners, their soulmates, their wives, their families, their children in another country to come over and join them. So these people, the Danish resident or citizens are married to other people from other countries, or they are seeing or dating other people from other countries, and they feel like they should have them here to stay with them. So now those kind of people that have from the foreigners now involved have a chance of being granted a Danish residence permit. So that is it. Now I've said that I've already discussed that in my previous video, so you can always go there and watch, but you can as well ask me questions under the comment section on it, on specific points, on specific detail that you want me to elaborate or to touch deeper into on. So I will gladly do that. I've just reached to discuss just but a few, because now I have to go, and there are still more left, around 3. So I promise to discuss them in my next video. So until then, I just have to stop there, and see you next time when I'm doing my next video. Tafadhali subscribeuni jamani, subscribe, please, please, please subscribe, like, of course, watch and share my videos. So allow me wave and say bye bye until next time. Bye bye.